You were looking a bit glum when you came on the stage. That's a horrible way to lose a game of football, isn't it?
Yeah, it's cruel. The game's cruel sometimes, and you get kicked in the teeth. And like Lee said there, we could have won it with David Marler, where he had a shot at the end, kept it down, maybe it was scored. And then 20 seconds, 25 seconds later, a little bit of was it poor defending by El Mohamed? I don't know, but Wayne Rooney just gets in beyond him and taps it in, squares it for a tap in for Rashford. So it's a cruel game, but Mick will be delighted with the performance. International weekend now, so see what happens with the takeover and whatever's going on.
On the whole, who stood out for you?
Well, Curtis, obviously, the 2 blocks from Curtis Davis, to obviously stop the goals. But no, listen, overall, I thought we defended very well, but just that little bit of quality at the end just killed us.
Lee, this one, hang on, right, we've got a new battery. Hang on, everybody. Hang on. Thank you very much. Oh. Yes! Hey, there we go. Can we borrow your battery charger? That marvellous. So, Lee, obviously you won't have seen much of Hull City. What did you make of them as a team? Although it wasn't the best of matches to watch in any conditions, really.
I thought they were well organised. Tough to break down. You can see that they're working the socks off for the manager. It's all guns blazing and diving in front of shots and putting the body on the line. I think the manager will be absolutely delighted with that. And I think if they can sort out this takeover and get the manager in charge and get a few players in maybe on the offensive side that can maybe hold the ball up a little bit and score a couple of goals. Defensively, they look sound. So if they can put on performances like that for the rest of the season, I think they'll be fine.
Manchester United, though, quite rightly, I suppose the team that everybody's talking about, not just in the UK, but all over Europe as well. So many big names, so much money spent over the summer. Does it look, from your opinion, like they're beginning to gel?
At times, I thought at times a couple of the players were a little bit short today. I thought Martial was a little bit quiet. I thought Zlatan's sort of getting hold of the ball, what he's usually brilliant at, was a little bit sloppy today. The conditions didn't help. I thought it was very greasy. It was difficult for him to get hold of the ball. Again, that's down to the whole defending as well, defending so well. But with a squad like that, they're sort of struggling, the game's tight, and all of a sudden you look at the bench and they bring on Mkhitaryan, they bring on Rashford, and the game changes and Man United go on and win it. And that's the difference. Excuse me, you've got a depth of squad with quality in it. And you can turn the game around and change it like that and turn a draw into a victory. So, like I say, very, very hard earned and very a tough fight, but a good win in the end.
Dean, on the pitch at half-time, I asked you who stood out for Manchester United, and you jokingly said no one, but I don't think you were really joking. Second half was a little bit different. Who impressed you today?
I agree with Lee. The 2 subs that come on would change the game for me. Rashford, and as you said, when you've got young kids like that, there's no fear. He just goes past people. He's got pace. He's got an eye for goal. He came out on the left and he scored his goal in the middle of the goal. So that's the difference you've got. As you say, if David Marler, would have probably just kept his shot down at the end, we could have been celebrating with a 1-0 win. But that's just the Premier League, like Sharpe said. You switch off for 1 little minute, and it's easier for us when we stood up there because the lads are getting tired. They've been chasing the ball for sort of 60, 70 minutes, and then just that little lack of concentration. El Mohamed maybe should have tackled Wayne Rooney and he didn't, and then just put the ball through Jake Livermore's legs for an easy tapping for Rashford. But Mick will be absolutely delighted with it, with the attitude and the performance. But as you say, just that little bit of quality killed us a little bit.
Such a shame as well because it was going so well.
Well, that'd have been, as you say, if I'd have played there today and then I'd been sat in the change rooms, absolutely legs hanging off, and then you come away with a 1-0 defeat. You're gutted, but that's just football, and everybody knows in the Premier League, you switch off for 1 second. And these top players will hurt you. And
as a former player yourself, what would you have wanted Mick Phelan to say to you at the end of the game in such devastating circumstances?
Well, I don't think we could really say much. The effort and the commitment, was always going to be there. We had, 4-5-1, at times where it's very difficult for Hernandez when you're up front on your own. I've done it in the Premier League and I've done it in the Championship. When you're up there on your own, it's very, very difficult. You've got to hold the ball up, bring people into play. And when you're chasing, Hernandez is chasing, then when the ball comes to you, you're that tired, you don't know what to do with it. So it's very difficult, but as you said, overall, I think we should have got a point out of it.
Dean, thanks for being here again today. Cheers, lovely to have you back.
Thank you.
Our club ambassador, Dean Windass. And our special guest, former Manchester United and England winger Lee Sharpe, here today. Gentlemen, thank you so much for being here today, and good luck with the rest of the season.